how you can make Carlotta the strongest DPS in the game. Carlotta, the best free-to-play DPS, just got a rerun. So let's go through everything again and talk about the changes since her release, like her new weapon and team options.
I alone will decide.
Alright, let's start by simplifying her kit. So with her basic attacks, she has a 2-hit combo that does glacier damage. With her enhanced basic attacks, so when you have moldable crystals, her basic attacks gets replaced and enhanced. You can now do a 3-hit combo that does glacier damage, and each hit gives you 40 stacks. One moldable crystal is consumed for every single hit. Heavy attack, she consumes stamina to deal glacier damage. Enhanced heavy attack, so when her 40 is full, you can do a heavy attack to consume all of her 40 stacks, to do glacier damage and reduce your skill's cooldown by 6 seconds. Mid-air attack, it's a plunging attack that consumes stamina and does glacier damage. When she lands, you can do a basic attack to do her customary greetings combo, which does more glacier damage. Dodge counter, like always, dodge attack, do glacier damage. And it also consumes one moldable crystal. So with her Forte, she needs two things. The first one is called substance, which is her 40 stacks, so these things here. And the second one is called moldable crystals, which is the icons above her 40 stack, so these ones here, or this eye symbol here right next to her. Let's start with the moldable crystals first. So she can have up to 6 of them, and these are all of the ways of getting them, and they all restore 3 moldable crystals. So what do these crystals even do? So these crystals replace her normal 2-hit combo, the enhanced one. As you can see, each attack consumes one, and they last for 10 seconds. Yep, even a dodge counter consumes it. And you also need them for her enhanced skill, which consumes all of them. And you can also use this to pair the enemy's attacks. So her normal skill does some damage and freezes the enemy for 1.5 seconds. But her enhanced one, which lights up, you can use it right after her skill. Uses up all of her crystals, but it does a lot more damage. Let's move on to her 40 stacks, which are connected to her crystals. So you get in 40 stacks each time you consume crystals, and she can gain 40 stacks from her intro. So make sure to always use her intro, and she can have a maximum of 120 40 stacks. When her 40 stack is full, then you can do a heavy attack to consume it, and it reduces the cooldown of her skill by 6 seconds. It will also enhance her damage for the next 22 seconds. So yeah, make sure to only use it when your middle Forte bar is red and you have a full stack. Since it also enhances the damage of her ultimate by 80%. And you can also check if you have this buff by looking at this hourglass on your Forte. Let's get to her ultimate. So it can be cast in mid-air, and it deals an initial hit, deals a lot of glacier damage, and it is considered skill damage. It also inflicts a debuff on the enemy called deconstruction, which means that all of Carlotta's attacks will ignore 18% of the enemy's defense. In this stage, she can also do 4 enhanced attacks. With her ultimate, just use her basic attacks. And after she does those 4 hits, which you can check on her Forte, then she does her final big nuke damage. This is her biggest damage. So with her intro, she attacks the target and deals glacier damage. With her outro, she does a ton of glacier damage. So how do you activate a character's intro or outro? Well, if you look down here, each character has another bar called the conserver bar. They don't share it. Everyone gets their own conserver bar, and the value stays the same. When you change characters, you can fill up the conserver bar by hitting enemies with different attacks. So each attack gives you a different amount of conserver energy, which you can always see down here in the skill details. So yeah, ultimate gives 20, skill 15. You can always check it down here. And once you fill up the conserver bar all the way, all of your characters on the right will glow, and once you switch your character, the character who's leaving the field will activate their outro, and the character entering the field will activate their intro. Let's get to her inherent skills. So with her first inherent skill, after you cast her enhanced skill, which is the one where she jumps in mid-air, she can do mid-air attacks and will also be immune to any damage, but that's not all, guys. It will also reduce the flight stamina cost of the current character on field by 20%. Yep, this also works for exploration. With her second inherent skill, this is a must-have. It will make all of these attacks ignore 18% of the enemy's defense. That is like a lot. It's probably one of the best inherent skills in the game. If you're confused, then don't worry. Once I tell you about her rotations, you will fully understand how to play her.
I alone will decide.
Let's talk about her talent priority. So the most important one is her ultimate, and then her skill and Forte are important too. If you want to save resources, then you can skip her intro, and you won't be losing that much damage.
I alone will decide.
Let's get to her weapons. So her best and slot weapon is of course her signature weapon. The crit damage will make her a lot easier to build, and the attack helps too. But the skill damage here, guys, this is gonna be like a lot. As for Ciaccona's weapon, I don't have it, but it's better than the standard 5-star gun by
by like 3%. So not really worth the potential 80 pulls. I mean, if I had the 80 pulls, then yeah, I would just get her signature weapon instead. DPS weapons are usually more worth it than the support weapons, unless it's Yinlin's weapon.
But this is only 17% better than the Sliding Mist. The crit rate will make it a lot easier to build, and the ER will help you too with her requirements. Everything else here, the attack doesn't really benefit her since she's a main DPS. Here are her 4-star options. Just use the one that you have with the highest refinement. As for her 3-star options, so if you're new to the game and don't have any other option, then the Guardian Pistol would be your best option. It increases skill damage, but I would just try to get the standard 5-star gun at Union level 45 from the box.
I alone will decide.
So her best echo set is of course the new set, the Frosted Resolve, this one here. Since a lot of her attacks are considered skill damage, and the glacier damage here helps too. I mean, this echo here, and this set is just made for her. As for the forecast, of course guys, it's the Century Construct. It gives you 12% resonant skill damage bonus and glacier damage bonus just for equipping this. And if you use the echo skill, then it does 400% glacier damage. And if you fill its enhanced skill gauge by using your ultimate, the echo skill cooldown will be reset. It will glow and do 400% glacier damage. You can also swap cancel this. For other options, you can use the Lingering Tune set or the old Freezing Frost set, but I would recommend you guys to just farm the new set. It's a lot better. I mean, it's just made for her. But if you don't have a full set yet, then you can also mix match like 2 pieces of this and then 2 pieces of any of the other sets until you have a full set. Just get rid of echo stats. So for a 4 cost, you want crits. For a 3 cost, you can either do double Glacio or Glacio and attack. Just use the one with better stats. There isn't that big of a difference. As for the 1 cost, since she's a DPS, you want double attack. For her subset priority, you want at least
115%
ER for her ultimate, since it's really important for her damage. And then you want the usual crits, attack, and skill damage.
I alone will decide.
So when it comes to recommended stats, you want at least 1800 attack, scaled with her level, so the higher her level, the higher her attack, crit rate 70%, crit damage to 70%, ER, you want at least 115%, but if you want to have smoother rotations, then you can go for 125, and 25% skill damage.
I alone will decide.
So when it comes to her teams, it's a normal main DPS, sub DPS, and healer.
Well, what makes her so free to play friendly is that she has a lot of team options. So her best team would be Carlotta, Zhezha, and the Storekeeper. So Zhezha is her best teammate thanks to her off-field damage, fast rotation, the 20% Glacio damage amp, and the 25% skill damage amp from her outro, which is almost all of Carlotta's damage. But that's not all. She also gives Carlotta some energy regen with her inherent skill, so it's fine if your Carlotta has a bit less ER. Alright, now that we're done with Glacio damage, let's move on to the characters that give skill damage amp. And first off, we have her second best teammate after Zhezha. Yup, my boy Brant. So even though he buffs Carlotta less than Zhezha, like he only gives her the 25% skill damage amp from here, it's still fine since Pro makes up for it with his high personal damage. Other than that damage, he also like heals you, shields your team, so even more skill issue friendly. Next we have Cantarella. So same as Brant, she gives you 25% skill damage amp with the outro. She can also heal your team, but yeah, less damage. This team also has some energy issues, but if you can overcome them, then yeah, this is a great team. And her off-field damage helps too. Now let's get to the 4 stars. Well, I don't think that we need to talk about Sanhua. Her low field time with a Moonlit Cloud stat makes her great in any team, so if you're not using her in another team, then yeah, you can use her here. Her S6 also increases the team's attack by 20%. Next we have Yang, another 4-star like Sanhua. She doesn't really buff Carlotta with her outro, but she has low field time, so with the Moonlit Cloud stat she's great. She also has good AoE crowd control, and she can also give Carlotta energy with her outro, so perfect. And like most good 4-stars, her S6 increases the team's attack by 20%, so great. Next we have Tao-Chi. So she gives 38% skill damage amp with her outro, which is the highest. So really great, but she kind of feels clunky unless you have the Discord Broadblade. But yeah, if you have this, then there's nothing to complain about her. She's also pretty easy to build, like she's level 40 here, level 30 weapon. I reuse my Moonlit Cloud pieces on her. Like, yeah, she doesn't need any investment, guys. Lumi can work too since her outro gives a 38% skill damage amp. So the same as Tao-Chi, but yeah, 4 seconds less. So this might not be enough for Carlotta's full rotation, unless you like find a rotation that works. But yeah, why would you go through all that trouble when you have a free Yang or free Sanhua, or you somehow pulled Tao-Chi? But yeah, Carlotta can basically work in any team, but like a DPS that has a lot of swap windows like Changliao,
Encore,
Changli, and all of the other quick swap characters. It would take too long to list them all, but yeah, she works in a lot of teams.
Yinlin for her off-field damage. As for a healer, anybody works. Varina, Yuhu, Baiju. So the reason why Baiju is so good is because she gives 12% glacier damage bonus if you have her S6. But of course, the best healer in the game is the Storekeeper.
I alone will decide.
I'll go over her sequences real quick. So her S1 is basically free permanent crit rate, and it will shorten her rotations since you won't need a skill at the beginning to get the 30-40 stacks. So yeah, I would instead get her weapon or Qiuyuan. Her S2 increases the multiplier of her ultimate last attack by 126%. With her S3, she will deal an additional big hit with her outro, and it will increase the multiplier of her skills by 92%. Her S4 gives the entire team 25% more skill damage. Her S5 increases her Forte's multiplier by 47%. Her 6th one is her strongest one. It increases the damage of her enhanced ultimate skills by 186% and freezes the enemy for 1.5 seconds.
I alone will decide.
So when it comes to her rotation, your main goal is to get the max 4A stacks in order to get the 80% ultimate damage buff. And yeah, you then use her ultimate, do all 4 of her ultimates enhance attacks, and then do her big nuke damage. And yeah, you're done. That's it. I'll just show you guys a basic rotation. So since you need the 30-40 stacks, you start with her skill, and then skill again to use enhanced skill. And then while you're using the skill, you swap cancel to your supports. You can swap cancel as soon as she jumps. And yeah, you swap to your supports, get their buffs. And once you get all of the buffs, you start with Carlotta's intro, her skill, her enhanced skill, and then do a mid-air attack to jump down. And then when her 40 is full, you do a heavy attack, use her ultimate, and then use all of her ultimate enhanced attacks, the 4 basic attacks, until you do her final attack, and then you do the 2 skills for your next rotations to get the 30-40 stacks. And yeah, you can use the echo and then swap off and repeat the entire rotation again.
I alone will decide.
So is she worth pulling? Well, in my opinion, she's currently the best DPS in the game and the most skill issue friendly character. Like, she's super easy to play and it's really hard to mess up with her. She's the one character that has never left my team since she released. She has been at the top of the tier list since her release, and with her being so easy to build, I mean, the standard 5-star gun is basically free. If you somehow care about the meta, then you already have it with the standard 5-star sword. As for the teams, well, she's probably one of the, if not the 5-star DPS with the most team options. The only thing that you need to learn with her is her positioning, like where to stand, when to use her ultimate, her skills and stuff. But yeah, you'll get the hang of it pretty easily. If you're still missing asteroids, then don't worry. Crew Games gave us extra codes to give away. You can join our Discord server, link in the pinned comment, and then go to the giveaway channel there to join the giveaway. They gave us a lot of codes, so yeah, I'll have to give away some every few weeks now. And you can also get a free to play or forced to pay tag on our Discord server for free just by joining. You can use this tag everywhere. You can join our Discord server if you need help with anything in the game. You can ping the game helper role and you won't ever miss free asteroid codes or events, or if you need help farming echoes. If this video helped you, then you can help me by liking and subscribing, and yeah, have a wonderful rest of your day or night, and thank you so much for watching.